Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. We just moved the cow mob up here onto Gary's. This is our newest farm that we got last spring. And this is the one that sits a quarter mile from our driveway. Yeah, it's January 23rd. Yeah. This month is getting along. It's crazy. But we did get some warmer temperatures. It's kind of misting out here right now. It kind of gave us a light drizzle all night, and so it took a lot of the snow off. We've got a little snow left, but it's nothing to get excited about. We've got 300 head on here, and they're on about probably 5 acres, a stockpile. So this hasn't been grazed since the 1st of August. Yep, September. Yeah, it would have been the third week of August. Because with the grazing school, we had the cows on the back. That would have been the first week of September. That was the last time they were in here. And so we let it grow. And I tell you what, there's some pretty good grass in here. It's better than the hay that we were feeding them. And that was pretty good hay, but of course, the hay doesn't have clover. It doesn't have green in it. Cattle are kind of pushing the snow back. And they're going to get this. So we'll give them this half this morning, and then we got a wire over there halfway across this ridge. We'll give them the back half tonight, and then in the morning, we have a cattle drive. We're going down the road to Caldwell's. We set the water tank up on the driveway because it's supposed to hit 40, I think 42 today. And so this might get a little mucky out here, but we're only going to be on it for, a full day. We'll have them out of here in the morning. But if you put a water tank right out here on the top of this grass ridge, where there's nothing underneath it but just sod, and it starts melting, you're going to leave a big old nasty spot right here by the landowner's driveway. So if we do muck up that driveway right there, we've only got just a skirt. So I know that rock's not real deep, but I'm gonna guess it's probably 3 inches deep maybe. But we got our rubber pads down. We don't have to worry about it freezing because it's not gonna get below freezing for the next 4 days. And so we just took and, see, we got the fence here keeping them off that driveway. There's grass over there all the way back to the road, but we're not gonna let them in there, because they've got to walk across that driveway. And you got to remember, when you talk with your landowner, that was one of the things that Gary was concerned with was, and rightfully so, rock is expensive. And he said, Greg, if it's really wet and muddy, he said, I don't want the cattle on that drive. They'll take it out. In other words, they'll punch the rock through and all you have is mud. And so I've got this one little area right here. And if I muck this, in other words, if they punch that, I've got rock, and I've got a little dump trailer. It's not little, it's 14 feet. We can put some rock in there and bring it on here and dump it and spread it out with our tractor blade or a shovel, whatever. But I'm not gonna leave it bad shape. So this is rock, this is ice. It's frozen ice, but it's a slushy ice. I watched that cow walk out here. She was a little bit delicate going right here, but, I do have a bag of sand at the house. I may put, just to keep a cow from going down, slipping on it, I may put half a bag of sand right here, just for traction. Sand is awesome for ice. Anyway, there's our sidewalls. That's the sidewall out of the tire tank. Got 2 of them here. So when the cows come up to drink, they stand on this, and they get them a drink. And there's the Russ Wilson brass valve. We don't have it running this morning. We don't need to have it running. But if it's freezing cold out here, you'd want that thing flowing. And there's the drain right there. We'd have a hose on that drain going off down over the hill over there. But thankfully, it's in the 30s. It's I looked at the forecast this morning. I think it's 38 right now. It's going to get up to 40. I think it's 42 or 44 today. And by next Thursday, if I read it right, we're going to hit 57. So it's going to get mucky out here. That's the most challenging time of the year is managing through mud. And so we're going to keep them moving. When it gets really muddy, we're going to give them bigger areas, and we're not going to be hanging around. And thank goodness we live in Missouri, and we got this. We got Kentucky 31 fescue. Because, folks, this is the only sod that I know of that'll hold up a cow, 1,000-pound cow, when it's been raining. And we're going to get more rain tomorrow, and then skip one day, and then more rain the next day. Plus all the snow that has melted and the warmer temperatures. So it's going to be challenging. We'll give you updates how that goes. But this ground's still froze here underneath these cattle. Even though it's 38, yesterday it hit 42, it's still froze. And that's because we had a week of negative 15 to 25 below zero. I mean, snow's a pretty good insulator, but this ground still froze. And I can tell it underneath my feet. Yeah, the cattle look so good. For being, last week of January, we've got 1 week left in January. And then we'll be in February, and we're still grazing. We're able to graze. We got quite a bit of this in front of us. So, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if we didn't have to feed any more hay. But, we've got it if we need it. And, as bad as I don't like snow, it is moisture, and I'm going to take it. And the neat thing about snow is, when it melts, it usually melts slow enough that a lot of it soaks into the ground, unlike a really heavy 2 or 3 inch rainfall event where you get it in 30 minutes to an hour, and it's running everywhere. The snow actually soaks into the soil a lot slower rate. These cattle are so happy. Look at this. Do y'all hear anything bawling? These little 900 to 1,000-pound cows, you can say what you want. I'll take them every day of the week. For that matter, every day of the year. I mean, if we had 14, 1,600-pound cows out here, you can track them. You just track them. They're going to be leaving 6 to 8 inch deep pug marks all over this ground out here. They're going to punch through what little freeze we have, and they're going to destroy it. And all you're going to grow is ragweed out here. These things are like deer, man. They're not leaving any ruts. Now they will. They'll leave some, but they're not going to leave an 8 inch deep one. We may get some pugging that's, 2 or 3 inches deep. Wow, look at that manure pad. Folks, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Missouri Stockpile. Look at that. You can't make them any better in January. You can't make them any better in January. Beautiful, beautiful. 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches tall. It's got the nice little ponder in the middle of it. I mean, my goodness. Cows are doing wonderful. No protein, no grain, no nothing. So you can take all that money that you're expending going to town buying all this crap to feed your cows because you got them too darn big and they can't make a living on your grass. It's a terrible place to be. And I was there. That's what I started with, folks. I remember those days. And in the spring, all my cattle looked like they'd been on a POW camp. They looked awful. Just too darn big. They couldn't eat enough grass to keep their weight on. Back in those days, we were weaning calves. Folks, all these cattle still got the calves on them. Did I mention that? Third week of January, there's not a single calf here that's been weaned. They still got their calves on them. Look at the cow condition. Some cows can do it. Get your frame size right, the right genetics, you can do it. Get the wrong genetics, you can't do it. You get too big a cattle, you're toast. Look at that. Look at that cow pad. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. I'm gonna tell you what. Come back here and mark that. And in March, that one manure pat's probably gonna have a couple hundred earthworms in it. And that's because we don't pour our cattle. We don't pour Ivomec. We don't put all that de-lysing crap on them, all that stuff. Folks, that's something I have noticed this winter. There's no bare spots on these cattle yet. Now, I shouldn't have said that because it's early. It is January. We've still got February, March. I'm sure we'll have some bare spots up here on their neck, but that's from lice. It's natural. It's happened for thousands of years. And everybody gets all freaked out and they jump up and grab their Ivomec and all the different chemicals and they dose their cows, the poor things. And then all that crap you poured on them ends up in your soil. And 2 weeks of sun in April and the lice are gone. They're gone. Lice can't take sunlight. Why are you going out there and putting all this crap all over your cattle when they've been having for thousands of years and they're still performing just fine? We've been sold a bill of goods. Oh, give us your money. Give us your money. We'll take them lice out there for you, and we're going to kill your soil biology at the same time. Oh, and by the way, now nothing's going to eat that manure pat. Why is that? Because you poured that crap down their back. Ends up in the manure, folks. Ends up in the manure. Then you go broke, and they laugh with your money all the way to town. Yep, I'm going to get off that bandwagon this morning and enjoy these cattle eating our Kentucky 31 fescue. We're not feeding hay. 300 head feeding themselves this morning in the third week of January. It's just a beautiful sight. And I don't think I've ever seen our cows in this good a condition this late in the year with calves on them and just coming out of minus 30 below. That was the extreme. That was with wind chill. But we had a week of it where every morning it was minus 15. I mean, it was just, that's straight temperature. It was cold. I don't care if you live in Canada, that's cold. In Missouri, it's just downright freezing. And we don't have the hard surface on us that they do up there. I always say, you Canadians, you guys rock. And ladies, Canadian ladies rock too. So, folks, I'm going to get out of here. I just wanted to share this beautiful stockpile pasture, watching the cows eat. I'm going to just walk around and enjoy watching my cows eat grass this morning. And we're one day closer to spring, and that's what you got to look at it as. You're one day closer to grass. You're one day closer than you were yesterday. I wanted to give a plug for our grazing school. It's coming up here in May. Ian and I will be giving it the first week of May at Green Pastures Farm. You can go to our website, which is greenpasturesfarm.net, and then we're going to have a beginning grazer school the second week of May. So it's filling up. I'm going to tell you that. It's filling up. It'll sell out, and we're not going to have another school. There's only going to be one with Ian and one with Abram and I. And so if you're procrastinating about coming, I wouldn't procrastinate very long, or you're not going to have a seat. So anyway, we'll see you all down the road. Everyone have a great day and be safe out there, and we'll see you next time.